President Ram Nath Kovind, who is also the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, will attend the Presidential Fleet Review on February 20. Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, Governor Biswa Bhushan Harichandan, Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy, some ministers in the state cabinet, senior bureaucrats and high-ranking officers from the three wings of the armed forces will also be in attendance. As per the Indian Navy, the Fleet Review is a long-standing tradition followed by navies all across the world, and it is an assembly of ships at a pre-designated place for the purpose of displaying loyalty and allegiance to the sovereign state. The premier ceremony will showcase each ship rendering a salute to the Supreme Commander of the Indian Defence Forces. A fleet review usually takes place once during the tenure of the President. To date, 11 presidential fleet reviews have been conducted since independence, of which 2 have been international fleet reviews. With the reviewing of ships, the head of the state reaffirms the faith in the fleet and its ability to defend the nation's maritime interest. The Eastern Army Commander, Lieutenant General R.P. Kalita, visited forward areas in Sikkim where he was briefed by senior commanders on the ground about the prevailing situation along the border. During the visit, the commander was briefed by Lieutenant General Tarun Kumar H., GOC of the Tri-Shakti Corps on the prevailing situation and operational preparedness of the formations. The General Officer Commanding-in-Chief, Eastern Command, interacted with soldiers and complimented them for their professionalism, dedication and commitment for maintaining round-the-clock vigil in inhospitable terrain and adverse climatic conditions. The Army Commander also met Mr. Ganga Prasad, Governor of Sikkim, and Mr. Bishwanath Somadar, Chief Justice of Sikkim. The general was commissioned into 9 Kumaon in 1984 and has extensive operational experience in Sri Lanka, Jammu and Kashmir and Northeast. He commanded a Rashtriya Rifles Battalion in Kashmir, a mountain brigade and an infantry division actively committed in counter-insurgency operations in Jammu and Kashmir and strategically important corps in Northeast. Turkey's landmark national fighter jet is on display at Asia's biggest airshow as the country seeks to expand its defense engagement in the region. The mock-up of the national combat aircraft is being exhibited at the Singapore Airshow, which kicked off on Tuesday and will last until Friday. It marks the first time that the jet is showcased in the Asian market, as per Turkish Aerospace Industries. The TFX-MMU will be unveiled for the first time on March 18, 2023, and is scheduled to make its maiden flight in 2026. It is a fifth-generation jet with similar features to Lockheed Martin's F-35 Lightning II. The indigenous aircraft is being developed to replace the Turkish Air Force's F-16 fighters as they are gradually phased out by the 2030. The Turkish Aerospace Industries has been in an endeavor to expand collaborations in the Asian market in new generation technologies, particularly in the field of the defense industry and aviation. The project initially kicked off in 2017, and the jet is expected to make a maiden flight in 2023. The Indian Navy's warship INS Vishakhapatnam carried out a series of test firing of Brahmos supersonic cruise missile. The drill was conducted off the western seaboard, following which the destroyer reached the eastern seaboard and is docked at Vishakhapatnam's port. Marking 75 years of the Indian Navy's service to the country, the visuals of the warship was shared by Indian Navy officials. Brahmos is the main weapon system of the Indian Navy warships and has been deployed on almost all of its surface platforms. An underwater version is also being developed which will not only be used by the submarines of India but will also be offered for export to friendly foreign nations. Brahmos Aerospace, an India-Russian joint venture, produces the supersonic cruise missile that can be launched from submarines, ships, aircraft, or from land-based platforms. Brahmos missile flies at a speed of 2.8 Mach or almost 3 times the speed of sound.